And now, we come to the big one.
Time has come.
Game of the year 2017.
Yep.
This is a long list, so we'll get through it.
This list had basically every game we played this year.
Yep, so it is. I don't like how this is at the top of the list, but okay.
It was the first game I played this year and finished.
Yakuza 0, Horizon Zero Dawn,
Right, we're done.
Prey.
Next.
Shut up.
So, game of the year 2017.
Shut up. Prey, Sexy Brutal, Tokyo 42, What Remains of Edith Finch, Robo Recall, Pyre, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Destiny 2, Tacoma, Rec Room, Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus, Persona 5, Sonic Mania, Absolver, Destiny 2, Divinity Original. Oh yeah, you're right.
In there twice. I'm going to delete that.
Divinity Original Sin 2, Life is Strange Before the Storm, Night in the Woods, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Cuphead, Super Mario Odyssey, SteamWorld Dig 2, Heat Signature, and the Technomancer. No. Right.
Okay.
Where do we start? And if you say put Yakuza 0 at number 1, I'm going to leap across this couch and punch you in the face.
Okay. How about instead we look at the games that were... So, also we should probably clarify again.
Yeah, so we're going to have a winner and another 4. So it's top 5.
Well, he ordered 5.
An ordered 5 instead of like 2 random runners up and a winner. It's an ordered 5.
How about we go through and we identify games that are probably going to be in the top 5?
That are probably going to be in the top 5.
I think so.
Okay.
I think Yakuza 0.
Wait, are we going to do this in the base of we could have a discussion for a top 5? Right. Like,
I mean,
can you put a line on then?
Yeah, I've added a line.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The very top. I think.
Did you put it under Yakuza 0 by any chance?
I'm about to move Yakuza 0 above the line.
Okay.
I think it is potentially one of the best 5 games of the year.
Okay.
Do we think?
Are we going backwards and forwards, or how are we doing this?
Okay, yeah. You
sure. I say that Persona 5 should probably be talked about for one of the top 5 games of the year.
Okay, I'll move that up. I will say that.
When do we stop? When we think we've stopped? Okay.
Probably. I think that Wolfenstein 2 is probably one of the top 5 games of the year.
Okay. I think that Hellblade is probably one of the top 5 games of the year.
I think that Prey is probably one of the top 5 games of the year. Potentially. Almost.
I think that we're just having discussions, right? We're not.
Yeah, no, this is locked. I'm just like I'm trying to narrow down like the top of the list.
I think that.
Is there anything else here that screams this is could probably make it?
We've already got 5.
I know, but like I'm saying, we're gonna whittle it down. I'm just saying, like, okay.
In terms of like competing with these 5.
Okay, how about we go the other way now, and we say like, how about things that are probably not going to
Probably not. Okay, sure.
This is a list of every game we've played this year.
Okay, fine.
So let's add another line
of definite nots.
of probably nots.
Okay.
None of this is locked. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't think Heat Signature is one of the top.
Fair.
Probably going to make it.
Yes.
So I'm going to put that below the line.
I don't think Rec Room is one of the best games of the year. Because I'm going to try and make this difficult and say that Rec Room is probably not one of the best games of the year.
I'm going to move Rec Room to the bottom of the middle. I'm not going to move.
Alright, fine. I'll get another one that goes under the line then. I say Tokyo 42 is probably not one of the best
Tokyo
games.
Tokyo 42 is not one of the best games of the year. That game is cool. And
I think it's cool.
I should have spent more time with that game.
Yeah.
I just never got around to it.
Yep.
I don't think that PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is one of the top 5.
Fair.
For us.
Yeah.
Again, we should clarify. This is our joint...
This is a joint... We'll have individual lists, but
Yeah.
this is our joint site list.
Battlegrounds is a phenomenon. I've enjoyed watching a lot of Battlegrounds. I don't particularly like playing
Yes,
that game.
I know that I definitely don't want to play that game.
Yeah.
So, I don't think the Sexy Brutal is probably one of the top 5 games of the year.
You're probably right. That game is super cool.
I know, and I'm sad I didn't play it.
I'm
but
glad
play
I finished it.
Yeah.
It kind of does. It sticks the landing.
Yeah, good.
But you're right. I don't think it's going to compete in this family. I'm going to do a controversial one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Horizon Zero is one of the top 5 games of the year. That's a game that I got 15 to 18 hours into.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, this game is really cool.
Yeah.
And every time after that, I had to force myself to play it.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to get back into.
I thought the story was, while it was cool, it telegraphed what was going to happen very early on.
Sure.
And nothing after that particularly came as a surprise.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd
say that's fair.
I just don't think it hangs. I think it's cool. I really like the combat.
Yep.
I don't think it's one of the top 5 games of the year.
Yep. I don't think that Destiny 2 is one of the top 5 games of the year.
I would definitely agree. I don't think...
I enjoyed playing through that story, but that game has a lot of problems, specifically in the realm that you can't see the best bits of that game if you aren't 5 or 6 people.
And 5 or 6 people you can get relatively regularly.
For a long period of time, and yeah. Which is not a fault, because I've played a lot of MMOs.
Yep.
It's just MMOs have other ways of doing that. But
I don't think Sonic Mania is one of the top 5.
Fuck you.
Oh, are you gonna... Do you think you can make an argument for that?
Not for top 5, but I also don't think it's definitely not top 5.
I mean, those are two contradicting
things. Yeah, I know.
I
just really like Sonic Mania.
I know, but...
Yeah, like, go for it.
Above...
No, not above any of the top 5 people, because I know I can't beat you.
Again, none of this is locked.
I know. I just don't think it's probably gonna...
Okay.
Alright, fine. If we're gonna be cutthroat about it. I don't think Life is Strange is one of the top 5 games of the year. Yeah,
you're right. It's not. It's cool. It's better than the predecessor. I don't think it's a top 5 game.
Right, what you got?
I don't think SteamWorld Dig 2 is one of the top 5 games of the year. Okay.
I think that game's very good.
Cool. I'm probably going to pick it up for Switch.
Yes.
That feels like a game
it's
I
a good game
play
for Switch.
Here,
yep.
But I don't...
I picked that game up as a... Hey, this will be a good like casual thing that I can like drop an hour in or whatever, and played through all of it in 2 days because I just...
Yep.
It was just so much fun to play. Yep.
Probably pick it up for Switch.
I don't think Tacoma is one of the top 5 games of this year. I think it's
probably.
I think that if I wanted to play a game like that, I would play Edith Finch, because I think Edith Finch does what that thing does better.
I don't think they're mutually exclusive.
I think they're both narrative focused games that are in the terribly titled walking simulator style thing, and I think Edith Finch does it way better than Tacoma does. They tell different stories in different environments, but I think Edith Finch does that idea.
They tell in different ways, but I agree with you. You just don't need to be fucking harsh about it.
I know, but I think that we have to be at some point.
You're right. Oh god, right. Oh, we're kind of coming down to it now.
Yeah,
we're into.
Can I have another one?
Sure.
I don't think Rec Room is one of the top 5 games of the year.
Oh, okay.
I think Rec Room is a fun little...
We need to have the Rec Room Robo Recall fight.
I think Robo Recall's way better than Rec Room is.
But Rec Room is...
Fine, we'll save that discussion. That's fine.
Okay.
On you go. You can pick something. Move it up or move it down. I don't really care.
I don't think Absolver is one of the top 5 games.
That's fine. That's totally me.
Okay.
That's not...
Like
that will get credit on my personal list.
I appreciate the complexity of that game.
Yeah.
I have zero interest in going.
Yeah, that's fine. Like that was all me.
I do appreciate that.
It just needs a name check.
Okay, let's do a couple more and then we'll start.
I don't think.
Yeah, see what I mean.
All right, fine. I'll do a self one. I don't think Cuphead's one of the top 5 games of the year.
Really?
Nope. I think it's really good. I think there are 5 better games on it.
Okay. Wait, I thought I was gonna have to fight you on that one.
Nope.
Okay.
I enjoy my time with it, but I think it has issues.
Okay, I don't think Super Mario Odyssey is one of the best games of the year.
Fair.
Or the top 5 games of the year. I realized very late on that Super Mario and Zelda are actually more similar than I realized. Where Nintendo do a really good thing of creating a tool set and then just letting people fucking experiment with that tool set.
Yeah.
With like where in terms of like Zelda, we're talking about like the shrines and how different those puzzles are.
Yep. And just exploring that world.
The abilities that let you manipulate stuff. They created all this tool set and then it feels like they have a lot of designers to just be like, just pitch ideas for these
Yeah.
7 tool sets.
And we'll put it in
and
this.
Odyssey is very similar to that, where there are the best parts of Odyssey for me were some of the stuff where they silo a level out and be like, you have to do something weird to get to it or something like that.
Yeah.
But here's a totally separate thing that is a beginning to end puzzle,
Sure.
and you can go do that. I prefer Zelda.
Yeah.
And it was weird as well, like when I finished Odyssey or like saw the credits of Odyssey, it took me a while to like actually want to go and be like, okay, let's get these other 700 moons that are in here.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy it. It's a really good game. I just don't think it's one of the top 5.
Yeah, it's fair.
I need to hear why Divinity might be
It's
on
not
here.
one of the top 5
It's
games.
not?
No.
Okay.
The game's...
Because I hadn't heard a lot about that through anything else.
Yeah, the game is a really good CRPG. It has problems, especially in some of the combat design decisions.
Is Numenera not on this list?
It's I didn't play enough of it, to be honest. I didn't finish it. I didn't finish Divinity either, but I got way further in it.
Okay.
There are some design decisions in Divinity that I think are really dumb. Specifically the armor magic shield thing. I think is stupid and should be thought of again. But there's a lot of things that game does really well with, like personal stories and combat design and stuff like that. But it's not one of the top 5 games.
Okay. If we take one more off, that's 10, and I think we can start working with 10.
Okay. I think Rec Room's not one of the top 5 games of the year.
You're probably right.
Those other 5, I could see having an argument about. Rec Room's the only one that I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I understand where you're coming from, but I think that there are 10 better games than it.
It sounds really weird to say it. I think the fact that Rec Room Free is important. Like,
sure, yeah,
it is a thing that the only way that game would survive the way it is if it's free. And I don't know how those guys are going to survive and make money. I have no idea where they're getting their money from. There's no way to put money into that game yet.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that works, but
so the 10 we have left that we need to pull down to 5 in that order.
Yep.
Persona 5, Wolfenstein 2, Yakuza 0, Hellblade, Prey, Edith Finch, Robo Recall, Pyre, Night in the Woods, Legend of Zelda.
Yep. That's a good 10.
It's a
I like that 10.
It's a solid 10.
Right, let's start massacring.
Okay. Is Pyre on this list?
No.
You don't think?
On a top 5?
Yeah.
No. I didn't play enough of it. I'm not.
Pyre's good. I
enjoyed what I played of it, but I
really like the space basketball more than I expected to.
Yeah.
And I think there is a lot of flexibility in that system, and actually a lot of tactics in there, and a lot of the design decisions in that game of you have to level people up to get them out, but also it means you lose them.
Yes.
Forces you to, like, I didn't play Gertrude, the Hag Witch.
Oh.
I didn't play her for most of that game.
Yeah.
And then she was one of the few that were left that played that kind of defensive role.
Yeah.
And once I started playing her, I was actually, no, she's really fucking good.
Sure.
Like, it forces you to do that stuff. I think there's probably 5 games better than it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Pyre's really fucking good.
I did like what I played of it. I just never got around to actually, like, really digging into it.
Okay. Is Edith Finch on this list? I really like what that game did.
Yeah, I did as well. The thing that really sticks it for me is the fact that it did something in that genre that actually made me take notice, because that's a genre of things that I played all the big names in that genre and was like, yeah, it tells a good story, but that thing's not a game.
Yeah.
But this I played and was like, no, this has to be a game. I can understand this being a game.
Okay.
It's the only one so far that's actually, Tacoma was the only other one that like came close to that sort of thing. But
what do you think's the weakest at that list?
Robo Recall.
You think?
It's either Robo Recall or Zelda.
Wow. Really?
Well, I haven't played Night in the Woods enough, but
I'm super strong on that game.
Yeah. The arguments that I've heard from you and from other people about that game, I can understand why it's as good as it is.
Robo Recall might be in my top 5.
Okay.
Like, is
that one of your 8?
It's one of my 8.
Sure. This is one of my favourite bits about the Game of the Year thing, is trying to piece out what's in people's
Yeah.
personal top
like
fives.
Robo Recall is Robo Recall was the thing that was the moment where I got it. Like that was the moment where I was like, no, this VR's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like it seems really dumb because it's just a shooting gallery with robots.
Yeah.
But it does that thing so well in a way that with an emotional impact you can't get out of anything that's not VR.
Yeah.
Like it feels important.
So the only
So yeah, I don't.
So like the only things that we're gonna have to start looking at negatives now.
Yeah.
So Persona 5
Yeah.
translation and voice acting isn't great.
Yeah.
There are some translation hitches. The voice acting is incredibly anime, which can get a bit grating at times.
I mean, does the style and music save this as a top 5 game?
The style, well, for me, it's the style, the music, and the combat. Like I really like the combat in that game.
Yeah, the mechanics. Okay.
And like Persona fusions and all that. Like I like all that stuff. I think it's
Yeah.
really interesting. Wolfenstein 2, the story's amazing. I think the shooting's fine. I think it does have issues in I think the feedback on you.
I think it's very unbalanced.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of, especially that final fight.
There are some fights that just feel really unfair.
They just feel totally unfair, and they don't give
Like the
you,
courtroom scene in that final.
and there's not enough reason. They don't give you enough ways of going. Here's where you're going wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's just like you're.
And like
dead.
I think that the feedback of you getting hit and
Yep.
taking damage is bad.
Totally.
Like I don't think that you get enough feedback for you to be able to. But the story is
the moments
amazing,
in that
and the
thing,
moments
like,
are amazing.
And
in
I
that
feel
thing.
like, especially in 2017, it's important.
It does say a lot for 2017. Yeah.
The thing, the problem I have with that argument, while I agree with it,
Yeah.
is that they didn't know this was going to happen when they built
Yes,
this.
that's true.
Like they built the sequel to Wolfenstein,
Yeah.
and
then the world happens,
changed,
yeah.
right? And with
It's
this
not
game,
appropriate. It just feels poignant because it's.
Would it have been? But actually, like enough of the moments in that really stand out don't need the world to be in the state it's in.
No,
to
the only
happen.
the only one that really works with the state of the world are walking down Main Street
Yeah.
and kind of meeting your dad, because that's all about like how people just kind of roll over and
Oh, yeah,
like
okay.
accepting this kind of
But I think
wild
the other
idea.
moments are
And,
strong enough
yeah,
where, and it does things with story that are just there's. Like nobody should have signed off in this game. Like,
No.
no publisher should have gone. We're not touching any
Yeah.
of this. And you saw them try. Like you saw by them some of the early on Bethesda comments.
Yeah.
Specifically Bethesda saying like, this game we're not taking a political stand.
Yeah.
Like this is a game that follows on from a previous one, and because
Yeah.
of the nature of what it is. And then like very close to the run up of the game, where there was an ad on Twitter for Wolfenstein which literally said #punch Nazis.
Yeah.
And you're like, when did that change?
yeah, like why is yeah.
I think it's for sure one of the best shooters I've ever played.
I don't think it's one of the best shooters I've ever played. I think it's fun, but I think the shooting mechanics are pretty loose and
Yeah, okay.
like the main problem I have with it is all feedback. Like
Sure.
it's
Yep.
just it feels very loose. Yakuza 0.
Fuck,
Does that game
man,
have problems?
Like, the combat's bad.
Okay.
And the combat's either bad or they did a bad job in teaching me it.
Sure.
Where I did the near thing of I powered through by just buying a bunch of health potions.
Okay, right.
But the rewards you get, and there's enough flexibility in the combat where you can kind of circumvent it in weird ways.
Yeah.
Where like, if it really fucks with you that much, you can go buy a gun.
Yeah.
Which sounds dumb.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
you can go buy it, and that eliminates. And it's really only the bosses. Like the main day-to-day combat on the streets by like randos
Yeah.
and like weird side parts. Like it's fine. Like you brute force that, and like you get to a position where you're just like, I can do this. Like these guys don't. have a
Yeah, they
chance.
don't matter. Yeah.
It's the bosses are the ones that are there, and that's the point where the combat doesn't prepare you for how you deal with a guy with that much health, with that much unblockable attack,
Sure.
and that kind of much movement
Yeah.
that they do. But I think everything else around it solved an open world problem I've had for a long time, where you look at something like I know I keep coming back to Skyrim, but I don't mean Skyrim.
Yeah.
I mean like any kind of open world, like a GTA or something like that, where the problem I've always had with that thing is those worlds are so fucking big, and they keep getting bigger.
Yeah.
And like actually the bits I want to do, like I want to do this bit and this bit.
Yeah.
And the only way to get between them is if there's no fast travel system, is jump in a car and drive.
Yeah.
Like
it's very compact.
Kamurocho and
Osaka.
the one in Osaka, which name I can't remember. They're compact enough where like you can go do the thing you want to do very quickly, but there's enough density in that city or in that area where you can hide bits of stuff everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
And yes, you're going to see those two bridges in Osaka a lot.
Yeah.
But that's the same bridges where there's the quest of the guy who like he really loves his varsity jacket, but his varsity jacket is the one that's worn by the gangs of the town. But
Yeah.
he really fucking loves it, so he wants like I've always wanted to walk across this bridge wearing this thing proudly.
Yeah.
So can you just keep those guys on my back?
I remember this. Yeah.
As well as, hey, here's what this like living statue is doing his thing, and he really needs to go take a shit. And like, can you distract? Like, I can't move because that would ruin my credibility as a moving living statue. So can you distract these guys while I go take shit? And like,
yeah, all right.
like that, like there's a lot, and they do a lot with that, like with that setting.
Yeah.
And just the multi levels of story involved. I just think it was one of the best fun, the most fun I had this year.
Sure.
Was with that game. And it's nuts.
Yeah.
And I did not expect that at all.
Hellblade is
like I will echo what I said in the podcast about this. Hellblade feels important, and I don't know why yet.
Yeah.
Like Hellblade seems like a thing that, from what they're trying to do, how successful they are with it, as well as even just like, even if you put the game to one, like the game and stuff to one side, this is a renowned studio doing a AAA quality game at $24.99.
Yep.
Like this now opens an avenue, and it did well.
And it shows that it works. Yeah.
Like it shows that this is a viable avenue for people, for large companies to not go saying we need to put loot boxes in this game to make our money back. Like if you scale your game down enough, or are smart about it, like you can do small games and it fills in that B tier of not that's B tier in quality, but like that kind of
the step between AAA and indie.
The step in between there, like there's a space there that they filled well. And I think in terms of like performance, I think in terms of narrative, I think in terms of what they attempt, I think it's important, and it does it in a way that doesn't talk down to the player. Like it doesn't try and like it doesn't try and coach it. It doesn't try and couch it in game or try and couch it in like. It doesn't sugarcoat it in any way. Like it is like
it's raw.
We're gonna tell you the story, and the story is fucking dark.
Yeah, like they warn you multiple times about that story. And a lot of people had negatives about the combat of that game. I actually enjoyed it. I like the combat.
I thought it was maybe limiting. I mean, like your options were maybe limited.
See, I thought the options were limited until I learned that when you dash, you have different options.
Yes.
So I thought that's about as open as that combat needed to be.
And there's enough variety in the enemies where like you know how to fight each of them individually, but when they're in groups, like how you massage that group.
I enjoyed it.
Like I quite like the combat, and I just think that like it doesn't. I still haven't figured out a way to describe it, but it's in a way that like there's nothing in there that is like pandering. It's not exploitative. Like it's just like it's a mature story.
It's hard to not just say like it's a game for adults, but that's really demeaning. But
it's
I know what you mean though. Yeah, I'm trying to see what you're saying.
Like it's mature in a way that's not like grossly violent or like has scenes in it that are there. Like it's trying to tell a story.
Yeah.
Like a proper story.
Prey's
real good.
I really love Prey like a lot.
This is actually we haven't actually had this conversation.
Yeah.
But Prey, I almost didn't make it to the end of Prey because the way I spec'd my character.
I was gonna say you seem to have a real problem at the end.
So the way I spec'd my characters, I went full in on weapons.
Sure.
So I went. So I only got like 2 or 3. I was going to call them plasmids. They're not plasmids.
Neuromods.
I only got 2 or 3 powers in the alien side. Like I got Morph and I got something else, I can't remember.
Sure.
So I only got 2 of them, and then spec'd entirely in human neuromods and went in weapons. The problem is that like 3/4 of the way through that game, when you start to do, there's a lot of like kind of backtracking, or not backtracking, but like going into areas you've been to before to get stuff.
Yeah.
You run out of, because that world is persistent, you run out of resources.
Yeah.
And especially when you're a thing where like you're expending ammo, you need resources to convert into ammo because there ain't any left.
Yeah.
And I very quickly started to run out of ammo to an obscene degree where like I can't buy any more neuromods or anything else.
Yeah.
Like I can't buy health pack because I need bullets.
Yeah.
And you're far too deep down that thing to back out now
Yeah.
without just dumping stuff in Alien.
Yeah.
So that way I expected did not pay off, or did not made the end of the game more difficult.
Yeah.
There's no way for me to know that.
I mean, I did a similar thing as well and didn't really have an issue. I don't know what.
It may have just been the way I was doing it, and also like the way I seem to play those games is like I spec early in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that I deal with the combat early enough
Yeah.
to the point where I feel relatively safe to go and explore.
Yeah.
But as that thing ramps up, I don't get to ramp up with it.
No.
Like, it feels like I'm just throwing the same level of bullets at the harder creatures.
The ramp up in that game is very quick and quite sudden. I found it weird as well. I found it more difficult, but I don't think I ever really ran out of resources. I don't know why, but
I was constantly just grabbing everything and putting it in the recycle.
Yeah, I was doing that as well, but I never had.
I ran out of bullets multiple times.
Okay, so Edith Finch we talked about.
We talked about that.
Robo Recall we've
I think we've talked about a little bit.
Night in the Woods. I think you've pretty much said everything you need to say about.
On Night in the Woods. Like it does. Like again, like I say, the ending maybe is a little bit weird. But
Yeah.
like there's no writing quite like that game.
Yeah.
And I think it pulls off what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
Ignoring the kind of side stories and ignoring the mystical aspects of that thing, which again you could look at and explain away very quickly.
Yeah.
But the fact it's there kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
But like everything else in there, I was like, I really enjoyed talking to those
Yep.
people.
And Breath of the Wild.
Like Breath of the Wild made me a believer in that kind of game.
The open world.
Yeah. Like, and the reason why I think it is because, I don't know if you know, but I'm not a fan of Skyrim. And I think one of the reasons why I don't like it, is because once you leave that basement or the dungeon and you're out in the world, they give you nothing.
Yeah.
Like it's just like you then have to force yourself to like, okay, I'm gonna go fucking this way and get smoked by something that's far too high level. The fact that Zelda has like after the tutorial area, the fact that Zelda has that overarching quest of like free the 4 beasts.
Yeah, kill Ganon.
Kill Ganon. Free the 4 beasts and kill Ganon.
Yeah.
Like that's the overarching thing of that thing. Where at that point it marks the 4 points on your map, and it's like, okay, so at that point, being the kind of very kind of led person I am in those kind of games, I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick a direction of one of those directions and go.
Yeah.
And along the way, I'm gonna get distracted to shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna see shrines, I'm gonna see what the hell is that in the distance.
Yeah.
But the fact that like as you build quests on top of that stuff, once you start to burn through that list, you always have that thing at the bottom to go, okay, I can go
back
thing
to this.
now.
Yeah.
Like you're never in a position where you're like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So that kind of solved a lot of that for me. And also I think
the not overpopulating the map also helps. Like not throwing a bunch of icons at you going, look, there's this.
like that map,
natural discovery is
like if you told me beforehand for playing that game that like, oh no, you need to draw your own map essentially.
Yeah.
Like I'd have said, fuck that. Like no. But actually, there's a real joy in like getting to the top of a tower and going. That's
a thing there.
I've never seen that. Like we did it like a couple of days ago. Like I was watching my wife play, and we were standing at the top of a tower trying to find a shrine that we'd missed or something like that. And it's like midnight or something like that, and there's just a stream of light just in the distance. Never seen it before.
Yeah.
Just straight there. I'm like, the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And like marked it on the map, worked out where it was on the map. Like, okay, that tower's probably closer. Zoom to that tower, paraglide in. It was a shooting star.
Oh.
Which didn't know was a thing. Didn't know was an item.
Yeah.
But it's totally a shooting star and a thing that you can use in like potions and sell.
Okay.
That completely random thing that was never there.
Yeah.
And that's the bit I like. And I think a thing that doesn't get, like, there's been articles written on this in, like, game dev sites.
Yeah.
About how, I think there was a presentation done in, like, a Japanese games developer conference, which was where the designers of Breath of the Wild were talking about it, and the length they went to manage sightlines in that game.
Yeah.
Where from any point on that map, you can probably see two things to do from any point.
Okay.
And they were so careful about that stuff.
Yeah.
As well as, like, blocking stuff off in the right way so you don't get distracted by stuff over here.
Yeah.
But there's still two things you can see from anywhere. Like, that is very good at, like, leading you down.
Yeah, and it feels very natural. Like,
and it feels totally natural. Like,
yeah.
you
never feel restricted.
No,
like,
and you never feel led.
except for, like, rainstorms and all that sort of stuff.
Like, the rainstorm is, like, one of the problems. And,
Yeah.
like, some of the lightning stuff is a bit of a pain in the arse sometimes.
Yeah.
Kind
of.
But it does kind of force you to change up your stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, like, I initially hated the weapon durability stuff, but I kind of grew to live with it because it did make me go, well, I mean, I'm out of swords, so I'm going to use this big stick and see what this does.
What does it do? Yeah.
And I'll, and some of that.
And I do really like the... I don't mind the weapon durability either, but my favourite thing is, like, getting your weapon down to really, really low and then just chucking it at someone. It's really fun.
There was a moment, I will say, like... Yeah, again, like, I think I said this in the podcast, but even however many hours in that game I am now, like, I'm still every now and then fighting the controls. And it's purely a personal thing, and it's because I'm flicking between Xbox controllers and Switch quite a lot, where the worst moment was when I was in a shrine, and I had to fire an arrow at, like, a switch in the distance.
Yeah.
And rather than hit the trigger, I hit the bumper, which throws whatever you have equipped, which at that point was my best sword.
Yeah.
I just fucking threw it off the thing, and it's just gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, balls.
Bollocks. Yeah.
But the fact that it lets you do that is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And, like, it really it deprioritizes weapons in a weird way, where, like, you don't get special like, there are no special weapons. Like, you don't get your sword and then that's you.
Yeah.
Like,
you're always trying the new.
Yeah, there's grades of stuff. And, like, I would do weapon runs every now and then, where there was, like, I know where to go to get, like, a bunch of, like, decent weapons, and I would go do that stuff. I need to point you out a shrine you should totally go to, by the way, for that stuff. So what I've decided is all 10 of these games are great, and we can't change this list.
No, right. Well, like, based on the arguments, right, you can move some stuff down, like Robo Recall.
Yeah, like, it's not gonna hang.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like I said, that's probably gonna be in my list.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, you can put stuff on your list. Yeah, now I'm fucked.
Yeah, this is the point where it becomes.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know if Prey makes this list.
Doesn't
like, looking at what's here.
Sad thing is, I would take Prey over Wolfenstein.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think Wolfenstein has a lot of really good moments, but there are also a lot of moments in that game that are not that good. Like, I don't think that I thought the shooting was fine. I didn't think it was revolutionary. I thought that a lot of, like, the grunt work in the early game is kind of dull. Like, the radiated New York stuff, I thought was kind of annoying.
That level's not good.
The level on Venus where you have to constantly keep refilling your suit.
That's bad.
I understand why they limit the health at 50 in the early
It was a good
stages.
gameplay moment.
Yeah, but it's really annoying. I think that there are moments in that game that are too hard for no reason. Like, that courtroom scene pissed me off. Like, really pissed me off.
Yep.
I wasn't so much pissed off at the end fight. Like, I actually just dealt with that and it was fine. But the courtroom scene made me really angry, like, to no end.
Okay.
I got good payoff out of it, but it was...
Okay. Is Persona 5 on this?
Yes.
Like, straight up?
Well, no, it's on my personal one, but, like, that
this is what I'm saying.
could
Like,
move. Yeah.
Like, again, like, I'm halfway through the first palace. Like, I haven't seen a lot of that game.
Yeah.
I see what it's going for, and I appreciate, like, appreciate the shit out of every part of the style of
Yeah,
that game.
no, I can
And
understand
actually,
it moving.
Actually, I'm kind of into the combat in a weird way. Like,
That's good,
I'm actually
yeah.
kind of appreciating
It
the
gets
kind of rock paper scissors stuff.
it gets way
involved.
better the more you start doing caring about persona fusions and
Sure,
stuff like that,
yeah.
and when that system
Like,
unlocks more.
for me, it's like I have to kind of then kind of delegate to you and say like, does it work 50 hours in? Does it work 90 hours in?
yeah,
I'm
like,
not
I'd still
talking the
enjoy
combat.
that.
I'm talking about everything.
Oh, the style still works, the music still works, the combat still works. The writing, gets kind of not infuriating, but like you get it's a lot of you just kind of going, yeah, like I get it, get to the point, and like a lot of that sort of stuff. The boss fights at the end are hard and are fun to challenge and pick out and stuff, and the style is always good.
So I'm just going to straight up ask, like, where's Persona in your list?
2.
Wow. Okay. Right.
It might move, but I'm pretty sure it's at 2.
Up or down?
Down.
Okay. Okay. If I had to pick 5,
Yep.
I'm not saying
This is you making a personal list.
No, but like, no, but I'm saying like, because like some of the games that are on my personal list are not on this
Yeah,
list.
okay, right.
So if I had to pick 5, not in order,
Yep.
but if I just had to pick 5, it would be Yakuza, Hellblade, Night in the Woods.
3.
Wolfenstein.
Yep.
And
Yeah, 5's difficult.
yeah.
Right, so from your list, right,
Yeah.
I agree with Hellblade.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably in the 5.
Prey is probably my 5th. Like,
I agree with Prey, so I think Prey might be in it.
Let's keep Prey. This is not order.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like keeping the stuff.
We're saying that I
top.
agree with you on these things.
Okay.
I agree with you on Hellblade. Where's Prey gone?
I'm just moving up to the top of the list.
Okay. I agree with you on Prey. I agree with you on
Hellblade.
Hellblade.
Yep.
What was your other ones? Yakuza.
Yakuza.
I didn't play enough of Yakuza, but I could understand it being in the top 5 from what you've said.
I'm surprising myself how passionate I am about
Yes,
that game.
which I can.
Because I can
totally feel.
I finished it a while ago, and it still plays in my head.
Yeah.
And actually, it makes Kiwami the more disappointing because like it's just not as good a game.
Is it not? Oh,
No,
that's a shame.
The main story is actually still pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And what it's doing.
Is it
in
the
there.
side stuff
The
just
side
isn't-
stuff is just like it's all just like combat.
Ah, okay.
Like it's not the side stuff is nowhere
That's
near
what you get when you
as
remake a
deep
PS2
or
game.
written. Totally. Like
Yeah.
that's yes.
But I could understand it being in the top 5. You're very, very passionate about
Yeah.
it. I can totally understand that being there.
Yeah, fucking like I don't think Zelda makes this list. Like looking at the stuff I'm actually passionate about in this list, like Zelda's really good.
I really like Zelda, but I think other things are more important.
I'm not passionate about it. Like I appreciate what Zelda's done for me.
Yeah.
In that it's opened up a bunch of games I would never have
Yeah.
gone near. Except near. Legend of Zelda is a fantastic time sink.
Yes.
Like I can spend hours in that thing and be happy with it.
Yep.
Is it one of the top 5 things on here?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I'd agree with you. I've not played enough of it because I've only played like 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
or
like
something.
I've played.
It's probably more than that, but
Yeah.
I can understand it not.
Okay.
Um,
So that leaves us with 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
yeah.
So to remove 2 from this list.
So how do you care more about Night in the Woods over Edith Finch?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that what Night in the Woods does for, like, actually something I didn't really talk about because it never really came up.
Yeah.
And it was never going to win, but I'm disappointed I didn't talk about it actually in Best Looking Game.
Yeah.
Like the style of that thing is really good, and it's
got a cool
they
style.
nail that kind of permanently autumn. I mean, it goes through a lot of seasons. Well, no, it doesn't actually.
The Midwest town.
It nails that permanently autumn, like
Yeah.
that look really well,
Yeah.
and I love the designs.
I do like the style of it. Like it's got a very nice, cute
and
style
I
to
think
it.
Edith Finch is really good.
Yeah.
But actually, like, if I seriously think about it, like, Edith Finch for me is... Like, Edith Finch is the cannery, it's the comic scene, and it's the final reveal.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like...
But the rest of it's all...
The rest of it is really good,
Yeah.
But
I
those are the ones that
can
stand
totally
out.
understand that you can move.
And I
Edith
think,
Finch
like, the
through.
fact that the cannery got best moment...
Yeah, that plays to what that game does, so I think that's fine.
I've given enough of it
Yeah, I'm okay with
in
that.
this.
That's fine.
So that leaves one more to leave. Fuck, man.
I'd, in all honesty, I'd take Night in the Woods over Wolfenstein. I would.
I'm kind of starting to agree with you, and I think that's fucking nuts.
It is crazy. Like, Wolfenstein did something that I didn't think video games would do.
The thing is, like, I think I'm still too hot on Wolfenstein. Like, it was so close.
It's too fresh in your mind.
It's too fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure if you pick it out, like, a lot of those combat scenarios are really bad.
Yeah. I think there is, but I spent a lot of time trying to look at things like from an outside perspective, and I think there's a lot about Wolfenstein, other than the moments which would make anybody go, "Holy shit!"
I think Wolfenstein 3 is going to be fucking incredible.
I hope so.
Like, I think they've learned from enough from the previous two games that.
Yeah. And Wolfenstein did get its check in best moment.
Like, I was walking into this going, Wolfenstein could win this, and I'm just like,
I understand it, but like, I think that
I do. Like, you're right. I care more about. I care more about Hellblade.
Yep.
I care more about Yakuza.
Yep. The only thing,
I think I care more about Prey.
yeah, I think I definitely care more about Prey. Like, I understand the faults with Prey. The problem is that I actually just don't care.
I think
I think that it does everything else so well.
You're right. I think you're right. I think Wolfenstein comes off this list.
Yeah.
Which is fucking
It's
insane.
nuts.
But I think Wolfenstein comes off this list.
So this is the 5, right?
Prey, Hellblade, Yakuza, Persona 5, and Night in the Woods.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I ain't gonna get it any higher, I think Night in the Woods stays at 5.
That's fine.
Because I would.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Like,
I would probably push it higher, but I don't think I'm gonna get it there.
no.
Because
The reason that you're not going to get higher is because I think Persona's at 4, and you're not getting above Persona.
Really?
Yeah. Based on the top 3, well, okay, right. The fight for 4 for me anyway would be between Prey and Persona. Like, because I'm convinced for Yakuza at this point. Like, you've done it. You've done a good job at that. It's just either Persona or Prey are at 4 for me.
Okay, give me your 5.
Out of this,
Yeah.
from 5 up.
Yeah.
For me personally, Night, Prey, Persona, Yakuza, Hellblade.
Hellblade's your 1?
Yeah.
Huh.
Hellblade is...
Say that again. So Hellblade's 1.
Yeah, so from the bottom up,
Yeah.
Night, Prey, Persona, Yakuza, Hellblade.
I mean,
The fact that Yakuza 2 is entirely based on the tiny bit that I played of it and everything that you've said, because it does sound incredible.
I think I might be okay with that.
Really?
Yeah, because like the only reason.
So hang on, I'm gonna...
The only reason is, like, I feel bad that Persona's not higher.
No, that's...
Okay.
I think that if we're doing this, like, as a site, I think that having... You feel that passionately about Yakuza.
I really do.
That I don't think you should feel bad about Persona.
Okay.
Like...
But, like, yeah, it's really where I have fully formed thoughts on Night in the Woods, Prey. I haven't played enough Persona and Yakuza.
Yeah.
The fact that I don't have fully formed thoughts on Hellblade yet, I think is actually a positive, because I haven't quite wrapped my head around what that game did yet.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like I say,
I
think that game's important.
I think that game's important. I think that game does...
I think that game hit every single part of
everything
what
that it tried to do, it hit perfectly, and with such a high degree of finesse and skill that I was like floored by that thing.
Yeah.
Even the fact that I had to take a like 3-month break from that game,
yeah.
I came back to it and did the rest of it and was like, that thing's
the fact that you
insane.
got over a thing that made you super
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
and the fact that it made me that uncomfortable
Totally.
is
Yeah.
a positive.
I think this might be it. I'm
happy with that.
I'm just like, for me now, it's like
the only thing that would ever change for me is if you can think of something that you would take over Night in the Woods.
yeah, and I don't think I can. Like I think
At this point, that's the only thing.
yeah, like again, like Night in the Woods was a novel in front of a fire. Like it was such an all-encompassing, like just I can't.
Yeah,
Like literally, I was cycling the bottom two in my head for a while, and I can't.
you feel okay about it?
I think so. I'm gonna write the numbers in and see how it looks.
And see how it looks. Yeah, you do what you need to do.
And I think one of the things that I didn't realize till we started talking about it was that I was worried that I was going to miss out on Prey because it was so long ago that I finished it. But actually, like thinking about what that game did really well.
Those things are the things that stick with you. So I can tell you, I finished it like recently, like really recently.
Oh yeah, because it sat for you for a while.
Like I finished it very, very recently, and I can tell you the things that stick out in my mind are not the like ending or anything like that. Like yeah, the thing at the end of the credits stuck with me because I thought that was a really cool twist. I really did like that.
Yep.
But the stuff leading into it is not the things that I'm thinking about. It's
yeah, I think this might be the list.
I'm fine with it. I'm happy
5
with
Night
it.
in the Woods, 4 Prey, 3 Persona 5, 2 Yakuza, 1 Hellblade. And I think there's enough of both of us in that list as well that I'm kind of happy
I think the
about.
fact that 2 and 3 are like a game that you really care about and a game I really care about
like,
is...
I think that's
and then Prey is a game that we both care about. Night in the Woods, I can understand. It's definitely something that I'm going to go back and play.
You're going to go back and play
that,
right? So.
And Hellblade is something that we both played and thought was just incredible. So
Hellblade just floored me.
Yeah, it floored me as well. Like I couldn't... Every single person that asked me like what were you doing, and I said I was playing this game called Hellblade, and they were like, you need to just see this thing. Like
you can't describe what that
it does something that is
like
completely
like I don't
out there.
do this often, but I might go back and play it again.
Yeah,
like just to
see all the stuff. Yeah,
see it all again. Yeah, I think this is the list.
Yep.
And that was a hell of a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
As the towards the like bottom half, it got kind of complicated, but it was
like removing Wolfenstein and Zelda was weird, but
I think those games are better.
I think all those. I care more about all those games.
Yep.
Like again, it's not. I'm not even necessarily saying those games are better. I care more passionately.
Yes,
about
I
the
care
games
more
that are out
about those
there.
games than I do the other games.
And like again, if this was a thing I would hand to someone and go like, I need to play something. Like,
have you seen
talk to
these?
people?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, like these are the things. Like, and that covers a degree of narrative.
Yep.
It covers a degree of like comedy and drama in there. It covers style.
Yep.
It covers music.
Yep.
It covers basically everything we care about.
And it covers just Yakuza covers just that era of dumb shit that we like.
Totally, like
But
I loved. Like I actually that was, and also like the thing about Yakuza is that was one of the favorite videos I did with you this year.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I could hear you because I went into this with all this nervous, excited energy. Of
Yeah.
like, no, this thing's fucking weird.
yeah.
And like listening to you get more and more kind of like. Because remember it
Get
took us
into
like
it.
half an hour to get into the bit I actually wanted to show you because we kept bumping into side shit.
Yeah, you really wanted to show the karaoke and the dancing or something like that.
Like, because I didn't want to do any of the main story
Story,
stuff.
yeah.
Because one, because it would make sense, and two, because like I didn't want to give anything
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
So it was like, you'll get enough from everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
So I want to focus on these 3 things, and I kept running into side missions along the way.
Yeah.
Like remember that one of them was about that band who didn't like the other band.
Oh yeah, the greasers that
Yeah.
were yeah. I remember.
And then we. Oh yeah.
It covers. I think it covers everything that we care about.
I think this is it. I think
Yeah.
this is the thing. So yeah,
Run it down.
our game of the year 2017 is Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Fucking excellent game.
That's incredible.
2 is Yakuza 0, 3 is Persona 5, 4 is Prey, 5 is Night in the Woods. I think that's a solid list.
I really like it.
I think we're good.
Yep.
I think we're sorted. I can't feel the back of my throat. I don't know how you're feeling.
I'm alright.
talked a
Yeah, I'm
lot.
fine.
Holy shit.
It was long.
So, yeah, I think that's us.
Yeah.
We'll just sign off. Thank you very much for watching or listening, if you're listening to a podcast version of this.
Yep.
We'll be back in, I mean, it is 2018.
Yeah.
But we'll start the year off. I don't know when this is going up, so I can't make any
Yeah,
promises.
we'll
There'll be-
either have started or be starting.
there will be a podcast at least before we've done any more
Probably,
of this.
yeah.
But we've got plans for 2018, and I've got stuff I want to do.
Yeah. It's
And
always looking for the new things.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what we do, and I'm looking forward to new games.
Yeah.
We've got till
new
like
games.
mid-March before things start kicking off again. As far as I can tell.
Oh, there's something at the end of January, I think.
there?
Yeah, for me at least. I can't remember what it
What?
is.
Mid-March is when Yakuza 6 comes out.
End of March is when fucking Sea of Thieves comes out.
Oh, right! Yeah, okay, mid-March.
That's a game.
Mid-March is when we get there.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.